What's up, everybody? PJ Braun here with
Chris, aka Coach Clute,
and
Coach Johnny D.
So I got a special guest in here today, and he's going to take over because we've shot all the body parts, but I wanted to do the other intangibles that make you a really good bodybuilder. And I have been religious with my massage treatments since I was 20 years old. When I was 19, I tore this bicep. I had a reconstructive surgery on this arm. And when I was getting physical therapy, they did a lot of work on this arm to clear out the scar tissue. And the guy that was helping me was a bodybuilder, and he said, you should be getting massage anyway. The way that you train, you should be getting massages to work on all the adhesions that get built up, all these little packs of scar tissue that develop inside little tight spots that you might not know about. It'll make it so you can recover faster and train harder. So the guy was a very intelligent guy, so I decided to take him up on his advice. And even back then when I was broke, I would find a way to get the money to make sure that I could still get my massage treatment. So by the time I moved out to California, I knew that I was almost relying on these massages because I was training so heavy all the time back then. First thing I did when I got to California was like, I gotta find somebody that can work on me. I found Derek Farnsworth, shout out to him if he sees this video, used to get me every Wednesday out there at the World's Gym in San Diego. Then when I moved down here, same thing. Oh my God, I gotta find a new massage person. I had a bunch of different massage people down here, but I still, to this day, I tell everyone, if you've got money to spare, go get massages. I get them once every week, okay? So, and the harder you train, the more beneficial that they're gonna be. There's chiropractic, all these other things that you can do, but I'm telling you, the massage, not only will it help you recover faster, but when you really start staying on top of it and learning your body, I truly believe that you can actually help shape the muscles more efficiently because a muscle's not gonna fire the right way if it's all clogged up and locked up. So since Chris is training so hard, we thought it would be good to get him a deep tissue massage. And since I am not the expert, we're actually gonna let the expert talk about it while he's doing it so you can learn and understand why you at home should be doing this as well. So I'm gonna pass it over to you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy the video.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Johnny D. Viking, over here with Strictly Recovery. Going to work on my friend here, Chris right here. We just met, like if you haven't noticed. So we're going to be doing some body work, trying to fix some flexibility or mobility issues that he might be having. Also seeing if he has tightness or inflammation in the muscles. He's been training really hard for the last few months. So I'm going to help him regain some mobility in his shoulders, lower body, everywhere that he can be. Doing a full body tactical, even in the neck, all the way down to the ankle. So we're going to be working on that. Let's see what happens.
All right, so what do you want me to do?
All right, so all you're going to do is remove the shoes first. That's the most important because I don't want to touch your dirty feet. Dirty shoes. All right, so head's going to be here. You're going to be facing up first. So the first thing I want to work on is mobility work and flexibility. So the thing is that most of the time when you guys are training, you guys are exercising, you know, when you're doing squats, when you're doing bench press, when you're doing lat pull downs, hamstring curls, whatever the case may be, you guys have so much tightness in the hips and in the lower back and upper back. And remember, everything starts from the feet and it travels upwards. So if you have tight ankles, it'll pull on the calves, the hamstrings, the glutes, lower back, mid back, upper back, and then you're just one big hot mess. So we're gonna do that first. So let's start off with a little warm up first. So relax the legs, right? So I always have two rules for you guys. Rule number one is the hardest rule ever. Rule number one is don't do anything. Don't move, don't flinch, don't try to help me. And the reason why is because when you guys move, your muscles start to tense up and it feels like I'm just trying to yank you instead of working on you. So relax, take deep breaths, right? Rule number two is the easiest rule, and that is just keep breathing. But the reason why I say that is because when you guys hold your breath, you guys tend to tense up way too much. So even right here, you see how your hips can't move anymore without me forcing it? It should naturally just flow 90 degrees here. So your hips are super, super tight. But mind you, you're always gonna have a strong side, you're always gonna have a weaker side. So that's fine. Calves feel pretty good, that's pretty good. So let's work on this side. So we're gonna work from the lower and then we're gonna work up. So let's see here. Relax the hip, good. See how this side, that's as far as I can go? Yeah, you saw the other side, okay, very good. So we're gonna be working on this for sure. All right, relax this here, good. All right. Do you have any questions, any concerns, my man?
No, everything feels pretty jacked up. AJ's been beating me up pretty good for the last couple weeks for me.
Yeah. Are you getting ready for a show or?
I'm just trying to get back in the groove. I had a pretty long break, and now I'm back.
Okay. Okay. They're trying to get him as big as possible. That's what I like to hear. All right. So normally this is weird because I'm putting a strap on you right now, and you're gonna figure out why. So when you are working with mobility or flexibility, when you do certain stretches, like when you want to stretch your hamstrings, right? You like lift your leg up, you want to pull it, but then this one comes up, right? So you're not getting that deep of a stretch. The reason for this is so this limb does not move at all. All right. So what I do is we do increments, right? We don't just, like some people like to like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna touch my hands to the floor and stretch the crap out of my hamstrings. I'm like, no, don't do that. You want to do increments, right? Just like with weight training, you're not gonna throw on 315 and hit it for 20. You want to build up to it, right? You want to warm up the shoulders. You want to, warm up the chest. You start with the bar, a plate, 2 plates, then 3 plates, right? So same thing with the stretches. So with the stretches, you're gonna feel a light stretch first. We reset, come back for a mild, reset, and then we come back for a nice, deep, comfortable stretch. It should just glide with it. And like I said, don't help me. Don't do anything. Like I said, rule number 1 is always the hardest rule. So relax the leg, let it fall. Let it just, there you go. So first one you're gonna feel right here. So you're gonna feel a big stretch in that IT band, but most of the time you're gonna feel it at the top of the hip here. So relax there, don't move. And you already feel like your hip is trying to be pulling over. Good. There you go. Good. All right. Next one's going to be at the top of the hip here, right? Where that glute is, the top of the glute. So relax there. And you can already feel that nice big tug. Relax there. Good. So with most practitioners that like to work on big guys like this, it's a lot easier because you guys build so much muscle, you can feel when the tension is. So sometimes with clients, I'll ask them like, oh, hey, like, what does this feel like? Is it a light stretch, foot? And then, they'll tell me, they're like, I don't really feel anything. Those are super hypermobile people. So hypermobile people, super dangerous to stretch them only because you can injure them very easily. Their ligaments and tendons are so loose that they can basically, you see those guys that wrap their hands around their back and then they just shoot it forward. Those are super hypermobile people. So we want to be, for sure. All right, so now we're going to go into the glutes. So relax there. And this is one thing. Most people don't even realize how to stretch their glutes. Yeah, you're already feeling that. Mm-hmm. No homo, guys. No homo. It's all good stuff here. It's all good stuff here. So relax there. Good. So right here, we're hitting glute medius and maximus right here. Good. Relax there. Now we're going to go into the hips. So you should feel a nice pressure right here by the hips. So relax there. Relax that hip. And you can kind of feel your hip trying to push out. There. Good. And you see why I use the strap now? You see how like the other leg is trying to move? Exactly. Good. Relax there. All right. So now back in the glutes now. This is going to hit even deeper into those glutes. Yeah, exactly. There you go. The fact that he's breathing and he's already gritting his teeth means that it's working. It's already working. Nice big pull there. Good. Relax here. All right, so this specific one now, we're going to go internally into those glutes. So you have an internal muscle in your glutes called your piriformis. Your piriformis is a very small muscle that attaches to the big glutes all the way to your hips. So most of the time when people have sciatica pain or even lower back pain, it's because of that muscle. And it's very interesting that most people miss it anyways because most people don't even know how to stretch it or how to relax it most of the time. So I always tell people if you're going to use a foam roller, put it directly like in that mid section, like right here in your glutes, and you'll feel it. So you'll feel this like right here on the outside here. So relax the leg, relax, let it fall. There you go. Don't be scared. And you feel that big pull right there? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you see how tight that is already? Good. One more. Good. And relax that leg there. All right, so we're gonna go to the upper body. This is for the upper back. This is a kind of it's a favorite for everybody, which is really interesting. So hand me your left hand. Very good. What's my number one rule?
Don't help.
Okay. Yeah. One of those. Don't do anything. All right. So relax. Nope. The leg stays there. Relax the upper body. Relax the shoulders. Don't come with me, and don't fight me. Just let it be. Take a deep breath in, and exhale. Good. There we go. Relax that arm right there. Now we're going to go even deeper. We're going to get into that scapula area. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Sometimes you might hear a pop or...
Felt one.
There you go. Good. Now, how did that feel?
I felt really good.
That's why I said it's everybody's favorite. And especially with guys like us with big shoulders, a big back and everything, now you see why like it's so important to get that. Try what am I saying? Try contracting your scapulas together. See how each side feels now.
It feels different on this side.
Exactly. Yep. So now we're still on the same leg. We still want to work on everything on the same leg, right? But with the strap, I want to tie down this side because now we're going to be working on your abductors, so inner thighs and inner hips. And you're going to see why. So you guys, I see here that you guys have like an adductor machine here. And I think that's fantastic for you guys to use all the time to create flexibility. You've seen bodybuilders do splits and all that. That's great. It's a seated position though, so you're shortening the muscle, which is fine because you're literally pushing your legs out. In this position, you're in an elongated way. So you're gonna see the difference here. So relax the leg there, let it fall, there you go. And you're gonna feel this all from here all the way down. It might push a little bit into your hip right here, but that's okay. Good. So you are flexible here, but you're a tight ass. You got a tight ass. That's what you got.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. I see that. I could tell. Yeah. So now we're gonna change the position, go a little bit higher, and go a little bit deeper. Good.
That one I felt in my hip.
Yep. Good. One more. Good. There we go. All right. Now we're going to be working by the groin. So in the groin, you have what's called the gracilis muscle. So it's like right in here, right? You're going to feel a nice big tug on that. Most people don't even know where that is, which is a very difficult muscle. You feel like that it's going straight to the groin.
Yeah. That feels really good.
Yeah. Especially for us guys with big legs. Good. One more. Good. Bend this knee here. We're going to let the knee just drop. Just let it drop. And you see how it can drop a little bit. So now we're going to go into the hips. So this right here determines whether you sit a lot for work for me when I have certain clients because your hips are inverted or any other way. So since you already have tight hips, I can only imagine they are inverted. This is also another favorite for everybody. So relax the hips, let it fall. And you see how the other leg starts to move, but your hips try to correct itself. And this is as far as I can go. You should be hitting 90 degrees on this. And you see how your hip keeps releasing with every single push. We got one more. Good. Relax there. How does that hip feel now?
Feels different. It feels open.
Yeah, very good. Don't worry, I got a little magic trick for you at the end of this. All right, so now we're gonna go from the ankles, calves, and hamstrings to finish off. So relax the foot there. So here we're messing with your soleus. So your soleus is right behind the calves, and most people forget to even mess with that. So I always tell people the only way to stretch your soleus is with a bent knee. So if you're in the gym and you're training and doing everything, the best thing you can do is a seated calf raise, right? And if you're feeling that your calves is super tight, start with the soleus. So start doing seated calf raises so your leg is bent, so you're actually stretching the soleus first. Then you can go to a standing calf raise machine and actually stretch the actual calves. So you're gonna see the difference. So with the knee bent, you felt it in your ankle, right?
Yeah.
So now, with your leg straight, where do you feel it now?
Now in my calf.
Yeah. Angle positioning is everything. Even in fitness, if you're benching, position and angle is everything. Same concept. Good. All right, so now we're gonna go to the front here, tibialis here. Most people even forget to stretch these or even work out these. Good. And you see how this is super tight and gliding up to the front of the shin? There we go. All right. So now we're going to go to the hamstrings. Hamstrings, you're going to feel the first one right out here on the outside. Second one's going to be deep in here. Third one is the tough one. It's going to be right behind the knee. So relax that leg there. Good. There we go. And you see how we changed the angle of the foot and we put it towards the opposite shoulder. And you feel that nice big pull on the outside? Yeah. Good. One more. Big one. Deep breath. Good. Now we're going to bend this knee here. Now you're going to feel it to the bottom here, right by the glutes, that intersection. Yep. Good. One more. Good. Relax there. This one, you're going to feel a burning sensation right behind the knee. All right? Just bear with me. All right? There we go. Good. And you see how the other leg wants to come up already? Yeah. And you see how it has like a little burning sensation? Mm-hmm. So that's where your hamstring ends and where your calf starts. And relax there. Entire leg, right? You want to see a magic trick now? This is going to be great. So move this leg up, down, side to side, however you want. Feels a lot lighter, a lot looser. Try to move the other leg now. It feels heavier. It feels stiff, heavier. Doesn't feel good, right? So it's an interesting yeah. Okay, very good. So essentially, when you guys are exercising, when you guys are training, you guys are tearing muscle fibers, right? But you're also pumping the muscle, pumping it with blood, right? That's great for growth. Now it's talking about elongating the muscle, right? So what I'm basically doing is I'm still tearing muscle fibers. By the way, you're going to be sore for the next 2 days. So just a fair warning. So what I'm doing is basically what you guys do when you exercise. You tear and you grow. You tear and you grow, right? What I'm doing is I'm taking the muscles and I'm just tearing them apart this way, right? So that way there's more circulation for blood to go through. Some people feel like a little tingle by the feet because they feel
Right now I do.
Yeah,
Right
exactly,
now,
because you're feeling all that blood rush into there. So good to go with that. But we're not going to leave you one side versus the other, so let's work on the other side. So with that in mind, how do you feel with the tension for your lower back too? Like right here on this side versus this side?
Yeah, this side is definitely tighter right now. This side I feel like loose.
It's like opened?
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like nice and loose.
There you go. So with people with lower back pain, when you guys are training, you're like, man, my lower back is killing me. Most people think they're just going to attack the lower back and that's going to make it feel better. I didn't even touch your lower back. All I did was touch your legs. That was it. So for the most part, when you have tight lower back, it's mainly in the glutes, could be in the glutes, could be the hamstrings, could be the fact that your hips are inverted and everything. So same thing we did on one side, same thing we're going to do to the other side. So relax there. Good. Relax there. So remember, right here at the top. Good. 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 Relax there, top of that hip. Good. Man, these guys are having fun outside out there. Good. Relax there. Relax that. You see how you see? Ah, see? You started moving. Relax there. Good. Good. more here. Good. There we go. So one question I get it from a lot of clients, because sometimes you guys ask me a lot, is what's better, chiro, massage, or what I do, which is like stretch, flexibility, mobility therapy. I think all of it is good, all of it. But it just depends on what your needs are, right? So when you look at chiros, they focus more on skeletal and nerve endings, right? That's what they mainly focus on. Massage talks about inflammation, right? So if you have inflamed muscles, they can't calm down, they're super tight. Massage will calm it down, right? But then what about flexibility? What about mobility? What about having the, your muscles actually get more blood circulation through, where you guys can grow even more, have better depth perception on squats, bench, whatever the case may be, healthy shoulders, healthy hips, right? That's when you need it the most, right? So everything has its purpose. I think everything is great. It just depends on what your needs are. So when I introduce people to this, they're like, this is crazy. This is exactly what I needed. And I'm like, great, awesome.
What's the best time for somebody to get this treatment? Like for instance, I can go to a chiropractor 3 times a week. No, doesn't matter when I go. When I get a massage, it's definitely got to be either on an off day or after workout where I can be relaxed afterwards to waxing out. So
yeah.
This, like, when's the right time to do it?
So it depends. Everybody is different. Some people use this as a warm-up right before they even do any exercises, which is fine. My suggestion would be after training, because after training, your muscles are going to be very tight and contracted already, where they don't get any release. Mind you, whenever you guys train, there should be a cool down at the end where you do stretches, but most people don't even do it. They just want to get in, get out, and go home, right? So if you guys schedule an appointment and you guys are like, hey, like, I kind of don't want to do this, I'm too lazy, and I don't really care, but there's someone else here to do it, and that's amazing, because then I feel great, whatever it is. Like, I've had people that, tell me all the time, they're like, I don't know how I'm going to pay for this, but like, I'm going to try my hardest. Like you said earlier, like, they're going to try their hardest, make money, and then they're like, here, because I need this. Yeah. So, all right, right hand. All right, bring this arm across, relax that shoulder, deep breath in, and exhale. Yeah, you heard that one. Yeah. Relax that shoulder, another deep breath in, exhale. There you go. Relax there. Good. So how does your upper back entirely feel now?
It definitely feels good. My shoulders just feel crazy tight,
Mm-hmm.
but upper back feels good.
Okay. Sweet. Don't worry, we're going to get into the shoulders too. And the thing about us guys is that we develop so much muscle in the shoulders that it limits our range of motion, which is, if you're trying to be Ronnie Coleman, you're going to have a little limited range of motion. So if you're trying to get big like that, yeah. But you want it to at least have some kind of range of motion in there, because, being big is cool. It's dope. It's awesome. You're strong. But if you can't move, then what's the point? Right. Like you guys see Juji Mufu all the time. He's a big guy. He moves around just exactly, even for being his size.
I wish that I put more focus into this when I was young, because I think that I wouldn't have had so many injuries if I learned to stay on top of my flexibility and motion.
Yeah.
I neglected it through all my heavy training years when I was younger, and I pay the price for it now later in life.
Yep. Like even for myself, I had a partial muscle tear in September, competed powerlifting in November. 2 months with a partial muscle tear by my abductor and hamstring. And I recuperated it enough to where I could finally sustain the weight. And it was, I wasn't able to squat or deadlift for about a month and a half. And it took me 1 month to get everything back. So, good. Bend this knee here, relax, let it fall. There you go. See how this falls just a little bit more than the other side? Remember, this side's the more flexible side. So relax, let the hip relax. There you go. And it feels like your hip is trying to like come down. And that other opposite side, it keeps moving, which is fine. You're not moving. I'm moving it, so it's fine. But that's why I have this strap so it doesn't move. That's the whole point. All right, same thing. Ankles, calves, hamstrings. And luckily, you have flexible ankles. Good for you. That's about like really it right here. That's all you got. Yeah. At least I know you're doing your calf raises right. Good. There we go. Relax there. Good. All right, hamstrings. Relax there. Yeah. There you go. You want to keep that knee nice and straight, but just turn the foot towards the outside. And you get that outside part of the hamstrings. There, bend that knee here. Going deep, yeah.
My hamstrings are a little toast too, because I just hit legs.
When did you hit legs? Today?
Yesterday.
Yesterday? Oh, so this is going to be really nice for you. On lower back specifically now. So this leg's going to come around here. So in this position right here, we're going to be messing with this side first and then this side. So on this side, you're going to feel it by the hip right here where the IT band is, and it's going to glide back to that TFL right here by the glutes and then towards that lower back. So relax there, relax that leg. Good. Good. All right, take a deep breath in. Exhale. Good. It's another feel-good one. All right, other side. So same thing. Relax there. Relax. Good. Good. Deep breath in. Exhale. Good. Now what we're going to get into is that QL. So in the back, behind and your back, right? You know how people have dimples? That's where your QL is located, right? So it's the top of the back of the hips right there. That's what we're going to be hitting now. So let them fall this way. This one's going to be a little rough, but bear with me. Bring this foot up this way here. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Yeah. Keep breathing. Good. Let this fall down this way. Good. Relax there. Deep breath in. Exhale. Good. There we go. How do you feel from the hip down?
It's really good. I needed that one right there.
Yeah, very good, very good. So I just helped release all the tension from here and down. Mind you, I did help with a little bit of the scapula as well as a feel good. So that's in that position I would only be able to do in that position. So now let's work on upper body, right? So for example, let's work on this first and your shoulder mobility. So let it fall. You see how there's this gap here? Yeah, there shouldn't be a gap there. And it, like you can bring it towards the side and obviously there's no more gap, but it's this that I want to get rid of, right? So most people have tightness in their lats, which you have a huge knot right here, which we're gonna work on for a second.
Nice.
So relax the shoulder, let it fall. Very good. You're gonna have to take a really deep breath right now. Good. Right there. Good. One more. Big one. Big one. Deep breath. Deep breath. Deep breath. Oh, shit. 7. Good. There we go. Now watch. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. You see less of a gap now? How much looser does this feel now?
Oh, it feels a lot better. That was painful.
Yeah. That's the most discomforting one. Everybody hates that one. But look at the benefits from it.
Yeah,
Like,
feels
try
different.
that
I feel
one.
I was- exactly. Like I
You
feel
see
like,
the difference between the hands? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
just touched this.
Very good. All right, come back down. Bring the other one back down. So we're still on this side, right? So slide over to me till the shoulder falls off and just let the shoulder hang. There you go. So let's work on your front delt here. Good. Good. These forearms for a little bit. So relax. Remember, don't move. And you feel a big pull right here in the front. Yeah. To help the wrists and the forearms as well. Good. Good. We're going to rotate outwards. Relax the hands. Feel a big pull right here. Good. This will help with your grip strength because you're getting more blood flow into those forearms. All right, relax the leg, relax the shoulder, let it fall. There you go. All right, relax here. So now we're gonna go into that mid pec here. Yeah, your chest is tight, my guy. You should be doing way more flies. You ever see like the videos with Arnold back in the day where he touches like both his scapulas when he does the flies? That's what you should be doing. It sounds horrible. So when people have like the hunchback, I always recommend them doing that because then it gets rid of it. It's crazy. All right, now upper chest.
I can feel that like
Right in there, yeah. Opening that chest up, opening up that shoulder, that front delt. Good. One more. Big stretch. 3. Good. Now we're gonna do some internal and external rotations in the shoulder. So relax, let the shoulder fall. There you go. 3. Good. Most people have a lot of range of motion in this direction, which is good, because you do right now, considering I just loosened up everything.
You already did it.
Yeah, exactly. But it's the internal rotation, relax there, that most people lack. And you see how it messes with your scapula in the back? Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're getting for. One more. Good. Come back to the middle. So try to move around that shoulder now.
Feels way looser.
Doesn't feel as tight.
Yeah, I don't feel like any of that. The first time you asked me to drop my arm, I could feel so much tightness right now. I don't feel it nearly as bad.
How does it feel with the chest, the front delt, lateral delt?
This all feels a lot better. This all feels a lot better. Like everything. I feel so restricted there.
Yeah. Very good. So this is why it's so important to keep up with mobility and flexibility, because then you feel like that and you're like, oh, I can go in here and just kick my ass in these weights. Relax that shoulder, let it fall. Good. Oh, I know. Brought back memories for a second. Second one. Good. Big one, big one. Deep breath. Good. There we go. Relax there. Try to bring it down now. Ah, much better with the, a lot better. There you go. All right. Now slide over to this side. Hold up. There you go. All right. Okay. Relax there. Good. 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 All right. There. Good. Good. Now we're going to rotate the hands outwards, relax the fingers. There you go. See how much tighter this side is? Man, your whole right side, you gotta, your whole right side is, are you righty or lefty?
I'm right-handed.
Okay, so you're right dominant, so you need to start using your left more. Yeah. And that's the other thing is it's so hard to do that because most people, when they start working out or exercising, they're like, oh man, like I'm right dominant, I'm just gonna keep pulling, but then your left doesn't get the same thing. That's why your left side was so much more flexible than your right. You're right, you're overusing and overcompensating for everything. And this is what happens when like athletes get injured because then they're like, oh, my right side messed up, but that's my strong side. It's like, yeah, no kidding, because you keep overusing
You know what I
it.
think a lot of it is too is I had a baby about a year ago, and I always hold her like this.
Got it.
Always, like every day, I'm always holding her like this. I have to be more conscious of like
Spreading that out. Yeah, exactly. And it's just the same as lifting weights. Same thing. Relax there. Good. Open up that chest. And you see how much tighter this side is with that chest? Yeah. Good. And even with squats, sometimes you guys will veer off to the right just to get the weight up. Good. But don't worry. Well, I give you guys homework afterwards. Show you guys some cool stuff you could do. Good. Good. More. Good. Relax that shoulder. External rotations. Good. Good. And then going inwards. Relax. Good. One more. Good. Scooch over to the middle. All right, so doing all that, we just messed with your lats, your shoulders, forearms. We basically did everything but the neck. So that's the next step, right? Getting deep into those traps. All right, so we're gonna do a decompression first. So, no, relax. Remember, what was my first rule?
Yeah, you're right.
This is what I said. The first rule is always the hardest rule. So relax there, let it fall. Let it fall. There you go. Decompress. Yeah, you have a lot of tension up here. So let it decompress. There you go. And you feel like your head just wants to fall a little bit more. Yeah, there you go. Pays to have strong fingers. And relax there. We're going to shift this way here. Good. Relax there. We're going to turn the head all the way to the right. Now we're going to get to those traps. Good. 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 Come back to neutral here. Adjust this way here. Turn all the way to the left. Good. Come back to neutral. There we go. This one I'll ask you to let me know when to stop. This one's a little bit difficult.
I'm scared.
All right, so this one, just give me a thumbs up. Don't say anything. Just give me a thumbs up because you won't be able to, or it'll be very difficult. So relax the head. Relax. Let it fall. Let it sway. Relax there. There we go. You didn't say anything, but it worked out. Yeah.
That felt really good.
Yeah.
I can feel that pulling all the way into the middle like that.
Because you're pulling from essentially from the base of the skull here all the way down where those traps lead. Remember, your traps is one, just pulling all that at once. Take my hand. Come on up. All right. So what I want you to do now. That's another magic trick I'm about to show you. But what we're going to do now is we're going to mess with the quads. That's the next one I want to work on with you. So what I want you to do is lay on your side, right side, left side, whichever one you want. This is going to be the last thing on the menu to work on. And then what we're going to do is we're going to test it out. So I'll bring this here. There we go. All right. So relax the legs there. What I want you to do is rotate on top of your hip. There, right there. Stay there. So big stretch at the top here first, bottom here, then middle. The middle one is going to be the bitch part. Good. 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 That down right here on the bottom where your knee is. This is so important because this is what happens with knee injuries. Their quads are so tight at the bottom right here that it starts pulling on the meniscus, and then you guys are like, oh, my knee. I'm like, well, this makes sense because you have no mobility. You should be able to touch the back of your foot to your ass. But we're missing a little bit there. All right. So bear with me on this one, all right? Take a deep breath. Exhale. There we go. Good. Good. One more. Good. There we go. It's there. All right. Now we're just going to switch sides. You thought of it. Nah! So close. You still remember the other one. All right. Bring that foot here. There we go. So let's here roll that hip up on top. Yeah, there you go. There. You see how much range of motion this still has? And look, you're almost touching your butt here. Bam. You gotta, good. Good. So not only when I work on you guys feel great afterwards, but you guys start to realize where you're compensating the most. So you start being more conscious about your lifting, but you're also being conscious about how you're lifting, right? So come off. He looks like he's dead. He died. He's like, I'm just here. So with that in mind, come off the table. And like you feel a lot lighter, right?
Yeah.
Feel lighter. Try squatting. How do your hips feel?
They feel like loose.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have all that tension when I normally try this.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So with squatting, in order for you to activate both sides, right? This is called spreading the floor, is powerlifting terms essentially, right? So it's basically taking your feet in a position where you're most comfortable with, putting your toes in a V, right? And just try to push your feet against the floor, right? Now take a squat. And you feel both legs being activated. Keep pushing the entire time. And then squeeze the glutes, squeeze the glutes. And now you see how both sides are doing the best. Yeah, you feel even now, right? So that's why I'm saying, because one side's tighter than the other, so you're compensating. So now without it, try doing it again. Without doing it, you see how you fall on your right side a little bit? Yeah, naturally you fall on that. But when you start spreading the floor and you squat down again, now you feel even. Now you feel like both sides are working just as hard. Yep. So stay as even as possible with that. Now, even with your shoulders, so bring your shoulders up, right? And you see how much your shoulders, okay, your shoulders looking pretty good. So try to pull down, right? And into those lats. Very good. So in order for you to be compensated here, what I want you to do is take a big brace in your belly. There you go. And now you're going to be evened out with this, because for the most part, most people take a big breath with their chest. We don't want that. We want it here so this stabilizes, so this can work better together. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Perfect.
When I do that a lot, I feel it a lot more on one side too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because most people will like lean or go upside or anything of that nature. So when you take a big brace and then lock in everything, your legs, squeeze your glutes, everything, when you lock in on everything and you focus on that muscle. And I know sometimes like guys have that egotistical thing where they're like, yeah, I'm going to do like 300 pounds on the lat pull down machine. I'm like, no, don't do that because then you're just going to be jerking it and you're going to look like a jerk off. So don't do that. I mean, if you're on your like last set, like let's say you're doing 4 sets and you're already burnt out at that point and then you're jerking it, all right, that's a little bit better. But if you're doing your first set and you're already jerking it, don't do that. Leave the egotistical self back at home. Don't do that. But yeah, dude, like how do you feel walking around, just moving around?
Man. You know, like I try to stretch a lot, but now I know for sure I'm not doing near the job that I need to do. Like that, I definitely need this in my life.
All right.
Where was he the most tight?
So his right side was the most tightest for everything. For the hips, the hamstrings, the quads. It's mainly everything. So he's right side dominant. So he's been using his right side so much that his left is not getting enough work done. So he's overusing his right side too much to where it's like he's bound to get an injury on his right side. He's bound to it. But, doing this, you realize how you're compensating now and you're more aware of it. So now that you are more aware of it, when you start exercising, you think back to yourself like, oh, wait, okay, much better, right? Mm-hmm. So you'll be thinking about it consciously now that you have to like make sure you compensate for both using at the same time. Even when you're standing, most people stand like this.
Yeah.
And they'll lean on the right-hand side because they're right-hand dominant,
I do that
right?
a lot, yeah.
So just sit like this. Just like that. And then you're perfectly even at all times. So that way you're not conscious about it. And even when you're driving, don't put the wallet in the back pocket. Pull it out. Put it in your front pockets, put it in the glove box, whatever you got to do.
Yeah.
So even with that. So his right side is super, super tight. Just staying conscious with that. Everything on his right side was super tight. Left side's a lot looser because it's getting work done, but not as much work. Look at this grin on his face. It's great.
I think a lot of it is from carrying around that heavy baby all the time.
Yeah.
He's got a big baby, and he's always with her.
Yeah.
And I actually, now that I think about it, I've never seen you hold her on the other side.
No, right?
Ah,
I'm always
see?
like this. I'm always like this, or I'm always like this. I'm always on the right side with her, and it's been a year straight of doing that. So
Yeah.
she's going to be 1 tomorrow. So this is definitely eye-opening. I need to pay a lot more attention to evening things out.
Yeah, I'm doing stuff at home when you're at work. Even when you're sitting in a desk, most people will just lean like this and they'll just type away. And I'm like, why are you leaning? Just stay straight.
Yeah.
Right. And if you're sitting down too much for work because your hips will invert, start having a standing desk. I always tell people. And even if you work from home, if you have a counter in your kitchen, just put the computer on the counter.
Yeah.
Like, just work from there. It's a lot better.
I'm going to be way more conscious of all of that now. Way more.
Sweet. Sweet.
How much are you?
Today for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Usually in the morning. Never around training. Like I'm terrible at this because I always tell my clients when I'm training them, like I think it's best to stretch after, but I don't do that. I fall into the same boat as you said, like I just train my ass off, dude. I'm tired. I want to get out of here. I don't want to do that, but I'm going to be way more conscious of it. I'm either going to put more time into my morning stretching or I'm just going to make time for post-workout no matter what now and stay on top of this.
Very good.
All right, so there you have it. I thought that was really awesome. I stayed and I absorbed as much as I could because it was so educational. Did a great job describing what he was doing and why. And I think that, like you said, most people will think, oh, I'm just going to stretch at the end of my workout, and they never do it. I was really proud, actually, because I come in here 30 minutes before I train early in the morning, and I do a ton of mobility and stretching, and my partner comes when I'm done because he doesn't give a crap about it. And there's certain things that I realized that I couldn't do on my own to be as effective as what he was doing. So it's certainly piqued my interest, and I hope that it piqued your guys' interest as well. And this may be one of the modalities that you want to put into your own routine, but it's obviously very, very beneficial. You see how much better you feel now.
That's the first time I've ever done that, and I already noticed a difference.
Well, thank you, John, for coming in here and doing this. And as always, guys, I hope you appreciate these videos. We're going to keep putting them out. I thought this was super interesting. I hope that you did too. And that's it. Until next time. So.